Everybody loves to talk about slavery. White people enslaved people. White people enslaved people. My ancestors were enslaved. You know what? My ancestors were enslaved too. My grandfather was Hungarian. The Ottoman Arabs enslaved him. Not him, but members of his family. And so did the Mongols. The Mongols and the Italians enslaved people from here, Hungary. So I want to check from both inner and outer Mongolia, and then I also want to check from Rome. I'm not going to hold my breath. Oh, I almost forgot about the Ottoman Empire. I need a check from Turkey as well, because Hungarians were enslaved by the Ottoman Empire. Slavery started in Africa. Blacks enslaving blacks, Africans enslaving Africans. You know why it started over there in Africa first? Because almost everything started over there in Africa first. Because as far as we know, mankind started over there. So find me the good and righteous people. Oh, the Native Americans, they were so peaceful, living in all this harmony. Give me a break. Read a book. All right? They conquered other nations. That's how they got the land they have. They conquered other nations. They enslaved the people they conquered, butchered the other ones, and did some sadistic things with the women. Every single society has done this. I'm not pounding on the Native Americans. Look at medieval Europe, all right? You know, it's just everybody was barbaric according to today's terms of barbaric. In the Pacific Northwest, 1/4 of the native population in that area were slaves. The Native American conquered the people, enslaved the people that they conquered. And many times they brutalized them. There was even ritual cannibalism. Does that make them bad people? No, that's just how it was back then. The Native Americans raped and butchered people like everybody in all societies have through the years, unfortunately. And we could continue with a lot of horror stories, but let's go ahead and skip that. So, they practiced slavery, Native Americans enslaving Native Americans. So, does that give me the right to start tearing down their statues? That's disgusting. Ritual cannibalism? That's disgusting. Should I start tearing down their statues now? And why isn't anybody doing that? They practice slavery. So I'm trying to understand this here. Let me see. When Native Americans conquer land from other Native American tribes, that land becomes theirs. And they enslave those people. And that's okay. But if a European group does the same thing, that's not their land. Oh, I get it. Conquering and enslaving people are only for certain people. It's not for all people, even though all people practice it. How did the Aztecs form this great civilization? Who do you think the Aztecs had build those buildings? Volunteers? No. They enslaved, conquered people. They forced them to build those pyramids. And they raped the women and killed the men. for those who they conquered, or they enslaved the men if they wanted some of them. The Aztec Empire was an empire of conquest. That's how they got to be an empire. But take a little drive down. Drive down to Guatemala in southern Mexico. Oh, the Mayans. Who built those magnificent temples? Have you ever been down to Tikal? It's beautiful. I've been there many, many times. Who built those temples? Again, they weren't volunteers. They didn't get paid, although some craftsmen might have got paid to create all the ornamental things. Slavery was used by everyone, from America down to Mexico, into Guatemala, and finally, how about the Inca Empire in South America? Yeah, who brought all those rocks up to Machu Picchu there in Peru? Yeah, I think the soldiers did it. They might have done some of it, but no, they were slaves that did it. Slaves. And they enslaved the people they conquered and raped their women. Okay? So did the Mayans, so did the Aztecs, so did the Native Americans. And the the Mayans also had that little thing about taking the hearts out and stuff, sacrifices. We'll skip that, but we're supposed to honor and worship that sort of culture. That's fine when somebody else does it. You just better not let a European do it. Well, that's the rant for today. If you like these videos, please hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks for listening.